Okay, this is fraction, decimals, and percents, part 2. And today we're going to focus more on the percent side. And so if you have a fraction and you've got it to a decimal to a percent, or a fraction to a percent. So let's start with percent to fraction. So put the percent number over 100 and simplify. So the example is write 50% as a fraction. So this, remember with the videos, with the models, I said percent is out of 100. So this is 50 out of 100. And then the next step is to simplify. You divide by 50 and get 1, and divide by 50 and get 2. So you've gone from your percent out of 100 and simplified to get a fraction. So 50% is worth 1/2. And this is instead of doing the models. So let's write each percent as a fraction in simplest form. So this would be 10 out of 100, because that's what percent means, and you'd simplify. This would be 97 out of 100, and you'd simplify. And this would be 60 out of 100, and you would simplify. And this one's interesting. This would be 125 out of 100, and you'd simplify. And this would be 135 out of 100, and you'd simplify. So go ahead and pause the video and simplify this. This is already in simplest form, so it's 97 hundredths. This simplifies all the way down to 3/5. This is an improper fraction. So anytime you've got a number greater than 100%, it's bigger than 1 whole. So this is 125%, so you divide that and you get 1 and 25 hundredths, which simplifies to 1 and 1/4. 135 hundredths, bigger than 100%, so you're going to have a whole number, simplifies to 1 and 35 hundredths, or 1 and 7/20ths. Now we're going to do fraction to percent. Okay, so this goes under your fraction to percent. It says to write a fraction as a percent, write and solve a proportion. So basically you got to get it to 100. So you can say out of 100, and that is percent. So if you've got 9/20, you've got to get it to 100. How do you do that? You do it by scale factor. Times 5 times 5 is 45. Once you have it out of 100, you can write 45%. Okay? So this is taking a fraction to a percent. You got to get it over 100. So let's work on each of these. So 3/5, I've got to get it to 100. 17/20, I've got to get it to 100. And so go ahead and change this to an improper fraction. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5 fourths. And we've got to get it to 100. And do the same with this. 2 times 10 is 20, plus 9 is 29 tenths. And I'm going to get it to 100. So what I would do is 5 times 20 is 100. 3 times 20 is 60. So that is 60 out of 100. Once it's out of 100, it's 60%. And go ahead, and I've already set these up, so go ahead and do these and fill out the percent. Okay, so basically I find the scale factor. This is times 5 times 5, 85 out of 100, so it's 85%. And then 4 to 100 is times 25. 5 times 25 is 125%. And times 10 is 290 over 100, so 290%. Now, decimal to percent. This is super easy. To write a decimal as a percent, move the decimal point 2 places to the right and add the percent sign. And we call this Dr. Pepper, okay? Dr. Pepper, decimal. And so if we've got 38/100ths, we go Dr. Pepper, move the decimal point 2 places to the right, and add a percent sign. It's that easy. So Dr. Pepper, add a percent sign. So if we've got 1.45 Dr. Pepper and add a percent sign. So 47/100ths Dr. Pepper, add a percent sign. Okay? Now make sure on this one you go 2 places and then you add the percent sign. So if you go 2 places, 1, 2, that is 8%. And look at what happens here. What if there's not 2 places to go? Now you know you can add a 0 and that doesn't change the value of the number. So you go Dr. Pepper, add the percent sign. So go ahead and do this one and this one and jot down a couple of these in your notes. Okay, so this one is 52% and this one is 175%. Percent to decimal. Well, guess what? This is just Dr. Pepper in reverse. To write a percent as a decimal, move the decimal places two places to the left and take away the percent sign. So if I have 66%, my decimal point is here after the whole number. So I go 2 places, 1, 2, and because I moved the decimal point, I have to take away the percent sign. So it's just 56/100ths. So 56% is 56/100ths. So again, you got to watch out. If you've got to go 2 places to the left, 1, 2, you have to fill in that loop. You can't just leave it blank because 8/10ths is different from 8/100ths. We saw that with the models. So it is 0.08 and drop the percent sign. So go ahead and move the decimal point 2 places to the left and drop the percent sign and figure these out. These are all 32% is like 32 cents and 60% is like 60 cents. This is greater than 100%, so you have a whole number. So this is like $1.20. And this is greater than 100, so it's $1.95. Okay, so 100% would be 1. And then here's a couple of word problems of where you might see these. It says about 23/25 of a watermelon is water. About what percent of watermelon is water? So you're going from fraction to percent. And percent means out of 100. So you've got to get that number, that fraction, to percent. And percent means out of 100. So you've got to get that number, that fraction, equivalent to out of 100. So that'll help you do that one. And then this one, it says about 95% of species of fish have skeletons made of bone. What decimal is equivalent to 95%? So you're going from percent to decimal. And remember, that's Dr. Pepper in reverse. And that'll help you out on that one. And you may want to answer this in your posting on Edmodo, or your teacher will talk to you tomorrow at the beginning of class on explaining why a scale factor is used to convert fractions to percents and give an example. Okay, why is scale factor, if you're going from fraction to percent, why is scale factor used?